Operation Wyverns Gate. The Black Hawks roared over the Afghan desert, carrying the 1st Ranger Battalion of the United States Army. Their mission was clear: secure a high-value target rumored to be using an abandoned temple in the heart of the mountains as a weapons cache. Captain Ethan Caldwell, a grizzled veteran with a reputation for staying calm under pressure, reviewed the mission briefing one last time. The satellite images were strange. The structure seemed ancient, almost medieval. His instincts told him something was off. The night air was heavy as the team disembarked near the temple. Moonlight glinted off their night vision goggles as they moved silently toward the target. The ancient temple loomed before them, its weathered stone covered in intricate carvings of creatures that didn't exist. Dragons, griffins, and other beasts stared back at the soldiers, their forms eerily lifelike. Caldwell motioned his team forward, breaching the entrance. Inside, the air was thick, as though the temple itself was holding its breath. The room was empty save for a massive circular platform inscribed with glowing blue runes. A low hum filled the air, growing louder as the team approached. "Sir, this wasn't in the briefing," Sergeant Reyes muttered, his rifle sweeping the room. Before Caldwell could respond, the platform flared to life. A vortex of light and shadow erupted, pulling the soldiers into its swirling maw. The last thing Caldwell saw was the terrified faces of his men as they disappeared into the void. The world they landed in was not their own. Caldwell woke to a sky streaked with 3 moons, their pale light casting an ethereal glow over a forest of towering silver-leafed trees. His radio crackled to life. "Captain, do you read? This is Sergeant Reyes. We're somewhere else. Over." Caldwell responded, rallying his scattered team. They regrouped near a river that shimmered like liquid starlight. Strange sounds echoed from the woods, the cries of creatures they couldn't identify. "Everyone check your gear," Caldwell ordered, trying to keep his voice steady. "We're alive, and that's what matters. We find shelter, establish a perimeter, and figure out what the hell is going on." The Rangers quickly discovered their weapons worked, though ammunition was finite. The food and water in their packs would only last a few days. They were trained for survival, but nothing in their manuals covered navigating an alien world. The first sign of civilization came 2 days later. A caravan of armored figures, riding lizard-like mounts, emerged from the forest. Caldwell signaled his team to stay hidden, but their camouflage couldn't mask their scent. The creatures pulling the wagons screeched, alerting their riders. The soldiers held their ground as the riders approached, weapons drawn. To their surprise, the armored figures removed their helmets, revealing humanoid faces, though their ears were pointed and their eyes glowed faintly. The tallest among them spoke in a guttural, melodic language that none of the soldiers understood. Caldwell stepped forward, raising his hands in a gesture of peace. "We're not here to fight," he said, though his rifle remained slung over his shoulder. The leader of the riders studied him, then motioned for one of his companions to step forward. A woman clad in flowing robes began chanting. Moments later, Caldwell's ears popped, and the alien language morphed into something he could understand. "Who are you, strangers?" the leader demanded. "And why do you carry weapons of fire and thunder?" Caldwell hesitated before answering. "We're soldiers. We were sent to secure a location, but ended up here by mistake. Shh, we don't want trouble." The leader exchanged glances with his companions. "You're from another realm. The gate has brought you here." Over the following days, the Rangers learned the name of this world, Caelrith. It was a land of magic, kingdoms, and endless war. The gate they had stumbled through was an ancient artifact long thought dormant. Its activation had not gone unnoticed. The soldiers were taken to a nearby city, its walls adorned with banners depicting golden dragons. The city's ruler, Lady Arinwire, was a sharp-eyed elf who viewed the Rangers with equal parts curiosity and suspicion. After several tense negotiations, Caldwell struck a deal. The Rangers would assist in defending the city against an impending invasion by the dark forces of Lord Malakar, a necromancer intent on conquering Caelrith. In exchange, Lady Arinwire promised to help them find a way back home. The battle for Caelrith was unlike anything the Rangers had ever faced. They fought side by side with knights, mages, and even towering golems. Their firearms gave them an edge, but the enemy's dark magic was a formidable counter. Caldwell's leadership proved invaluable as he adapted modern military tactics to this fantastical battlefield. In one pivotal moment, Reyes used a javelin missile to destroy a dragon-like creature swooping down on their position. The explosion lit up the night sky, causing both allies and enemies to pause in awe. By the end of the battle, the Rangers had earned the respect of their newfound allies. Though their ammunition was nearly depleted and their uniforms were torn and bloodied, they had survived. As the dust settled, Lady Arrynwyre approached Caldwell. "You and your warriors are unlike any we have ever known. The gate brought you here for a reason." Caldwell glanced at his remaining men, their faces weary but determined. "Maybe, but our mission is to get my team home." The elf nodded. "Then we will honor our agreement. But know this, the gate's magic is unpredictable. If you leave, you may never return." Caldwell smiled faintly. "That's the plan." Weeks later, the Rangers stood once more before the glowing platform that had brought them to Caelwyn. As the runes activated, Lady Arrynwyre and her people bid them farewell. Just before stepping into the vortex, Caldwell turned back. "If you ever need us," he said, "you know where to find us." The Rangers disappeared into the light, leaving Caelwyn forever changed. And in the heart of the Pentagon, alarms blared as an otherworldly portal opened in a secure bunker, delivering a group of weary soldiers and a message etched into a glowing crystal. "This is not the last time our worlds will meet."